Gypsy is considered by many to be the greatest American musical, and the role of Madame Rose is often called the King Lear of musical theater.
The musical features songs that have since become show standards. Everything's Coming Up Roses, Some People, Let Me Entertain You, and Rose's Turn. And here to entertain us now is one of the stars of the show, Lori Finnegan, who plays Madame Rose, along with the director, Hal Simmons. Thank you so much for joining us.
Guys, thanks for joining us. So let's talk a little bit about the show. What makes it one of the greatest in the American musical theater canon? What is it about the show that makes it so good?
All right, I'll take that. The book is so well written. It could stand alone without the music, I believe.
Wow.
And it runs the gamut for an actress, and not just the character of Rose, but for all the other characters too. It is so fleshed out, and it is the dialogue is just so wonderful. Not what you typically get in musical theater. So the book is excellent.
That's a pretty big statement, considering, you know, I mean, when you go see a musical, you're going for the music half the time. So that's a pretty bold statement to say that the book could stand alone without the music. That means it's pretty exceptional. And Laura, I know that you have a very long pedigree in musical theater, so you were in the know to be able to make that statement.
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how does your production make it different from other productions?
Well, probably the set design. We're looking at it sort of a whole behind the scenes approach to it, since it's about Gypsy Rose Lee, but it's about her mother, who was behind the scenes and very instrumental in her career, the start of her career, either purposefully or incidentally, and certainly of her sister, June Havoc.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Lori, you're playing a role that, you know, as we said, is many consider the King Lear of musical theater, which is a pretty big statement. I believe Angela Lansbury played the role. How do you step into something that big?
A lot of research. I mean, certainly the show itself is based on the memoirs of Gypsy Rose Lee, so you read that. And last year a book came out about Rose called Rose's Turn, and that chronicles the life and times of Rose from a completely different perspective. So you do all that research, and you research the times, the Depression and vaudeville and burlesque theater, all of that.
So what are you hoping that people take away from the show?
Well, certainly an appreciation for not only the show itself, Gypsy, but for musical theater.
I mean, you know, it was written in 1959, and it really is still considered one of the best books, one of the best scores, and also the original director, Jerome Robbins, he directed and choreographed it, and there's a lot of elements in the production that you pretty much have to do the way he created them, or they don't work, and they're pretty ingenious.
Yeah. Okay, so it opens the 22nd this weekend and runs through December 7th, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and it's happening at UNM's Rodey Theater, which is a fantastic space, folks, if you've never been to Rodey. How do people get tickets to this?
UNM ticketing.
Okay.
And you can either go down to the pit or the UNM bookstore. You can do it online. Ticketmasters through Albertsons.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, guys, well, get your tickets for this. It's going to be a great show. Again, Lori, I will say it easily, one of the legends of musical theater here in Albuquerque, as well as Hal Simons. Guys, thanks for joining us. For more information, head over to casa.com, click on the Style tab. Tell everyone in the cast to break legs.